Good morning, folks. Good morning to our viewers on Lloyd's Live. Today we have with us a well-known Anguillian, a professional in his own rights. We have Dexter Gums. Some of us know him as the Mighty Secret, former Calypsonian, former champion. But today, he is in the position of the new technology, the AI, and he will be telling us about himself and what he does. Good morning, Dexter Gums Secret.
Hey, good morning, Lloyd. I don't know where to start, but for people in Anguilla, know me as Mighty Secret. People in maybe high school and so on in Blowing Point know me as Dexter Gums. Doesn't matter. I'm still the same one, but I'm here today to talk about, um, first of all, we have implementation of AI in Anguilla. We all know that Anguilla is the AI capital of the world, and I have been doing training, computer training for the last 30 years in the United States, starting out with an on-premise school, like a training labs, and then migrating to online. And then now we're basically moving into artificial intelligence in that. So we moved to artificial intelligence. My company is called Cislabs.Ai.
Dexter, what is artificial intelligence AI?
Yes. So artificial intelligence is basically the term just means anything that a human having a computer or a robot something do something that a human being would normally do. So in this space, we're looking to find things that ordinary human beings are already doing, and then can we automate it? Can we put it in a computer system in a program and train this system how to do that same thing that a human being is already doing. So the, the that is the trend right now. That is why Anguilla is receiving $3 or $4 million, I heard, a month from artificial intelligence. We're just getting
That
from
figure is very
very
conservative.
conservative.
Very conservative.
Yeah, I'm a very conservative person. I don't want to go, but it's a lot of money, right? And it's great. And this is really a break for us. It's an inheritance. There's nothing we did for it, nothing we have to do. We just sit back and take the money. So, but however, it's an early warning system. It says, hey, where is this money coming from? This money is coming to us because people are rushing to buy domain names with the extension of .ai. And every one of those names, they spend about $80 per name, and we get a certain percentage of that. So that money is great, and we are really happy about that. That is why we can say Anguilla is the AI capital or the AI, the home of the AI, however you want to say it. However, which is true, absolutely true. We have the money to prove it. But what Anguillans don't know is that there is a bigger pot of money out there to be gained by AI. In other words, why are these people rushing to buy AI names? Because they want to build AI applications with the .ai domain name. And that's what I have done. I've changed my domain name from syslabs.com to syslabs.ai. So I'm now in the business of running an AI company. Um, and uh, what we're trying to do here in Anguilla is, first of all, we're going to train some young people. And my first run, we're giving out 10 scholarships. We're going to talk about that later. And to young people to be trained in AI, get certified in AI. And that is the first step. But the second step, what we want to do is to have um, Anguillans who are interested in and have a bunch of Anguillan business people and so on, starting these AI applications, finding ways in their business that they can implement AI in their own business. Let's say AI, you're looking at replacing yourself in jobs that are you do every day that are monotonous. How can we get a computer or a robot to do that? And we're going to train that system how to do that, how to do those jobs. And therefore, we're gonna optimize your business, have you make more money in your business. Okay, so that is what we're looking for too. That's the second thing. We're looking for the students. We're also looking for the businesses who want to be part of this $1.3 $1.3 trillion, Lloyd.
Wow.
1.3 trillion. I have it on my website. Yeah, I'll give you the link for it, and you can do your own research. But there's lots of money out there in this AI industry, and what I'm doing is part of that. So AI training is part of that 1.3 trillion. So I'm hoping to get some of that myself, Lloyd.
Yeah, you said you're gonna be doing some courses.
Yes.
Um, how's that gonna be carried out?
Yes. So the course what I'm doing is an AWS Certified Practitioner AI course. This is the first AWS AI course, and it has just recently been released in last year or so. So we are really on the cusp of this, and AWS himself is on the cusp of this, and we are following with them. And I want people in Anguilla to be also there. So how is that going to be implemented? The students will go to my Cislabs.Ai. It's really a learning management system where everything they need for the learning of this course is in there. I've already implemented it. It's really automated. And first of all, once they're registered for the course, they're going to go in there every day. And there's a video audio training provided by Udemy. So they're going to download the video. They can download it on their phone or their iPad or whatever, on their computer, and they could watch the videos every day. So we have procured the best training in AI for this course for them, and they watch it free of course. I mean, it's including class. So that's what they start every day. So they can use the audio functions while they're brushing their teeth. They're listening to it. While they're cooking their breakfast, they're watching it. They're listening to it.
You made mention of age before. I don't know if you just made mention now, but why that age range?
Yes. Why that age range? Because this is something that's going to go on well. We hope it goes on for 10, 20 years to make an AI industry here in Anguilla. And we need some young people. I'm hoping I can get some people that are not yet set in their careers. They haven't chosen their careers. Maybe they wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, or engineer. I'm an engineer, which is fine, but be an AI engineer, be an AI doctor, be an AI lawyer. Okay, that's what I'm looking for, and be part of, because that's where the money is going to be, right? And those are the people, those are students I'm looking for, and that's why I said the age. It's really not a minimum age. It's just if you're a high school graduate, because the course is very rigorous. It's very much in demand. It's not going to be easy, but I have the system to help them get through it.
Do you see yourself introducing um, similar programs but less intense to younger students
There may be a
as an
demand for that.
introduction to AI?
Yes, I mean, there may be a demand for that, and if there is, I certainly will be. Right now, we are going with the monies. I mean, we're pushing people that they can, we're pushing people where they can make money, and we're building an AI ecosystem. Now, yes, I think there is room for that later on when they're in school and so on, but primarily that's the range, that's the ecosphere of the government. I'm not getting into that. But once you graduate from high school, you're pretty much on your own, and you can make your own decisions. And we're looking for people who make their own decisions. So we're not looking at like being a high school. We're not looking to compete with the high school. We're not looking to compete with the government. It's like we're looking for students who wants to make their own way, not students who are waiting for the government to do it for them.
Yeah, and once students have completed this course, where can this course take them if they want to pursue anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Just take a young person just out of high school, complete this course. This course runs for 8 weeks, so we're going to go through July. We're going to start at the end of July. It's going to go through August and some into September. So, where can it take them at that point in time? They graduated. Oh, I got a certification in AI. Well, here in Anguilla, we're looking for partners and businesses like you, Lloyd, who can say, I want to develop an AI app. There's a lot of money in AI, and I want not just to use myself, but to sell, right? So where I'm going to use myself as a guinea pig, I'm going to build this app for me. But when I'm finished, after I'm finished building the app, which could take 6 months, also to build this app. Um, I'm going to sell this app to the rest of the world. Just people like me who are doing the same thing, and there's a market for that. First of all, I hope there's a market for it, and launch your app to the world, and you now become an owner of an AI app, just like I am an owner of an AI app right now. You become an owner of an AI app, and you will be launching your services to everywhere in the world. You're not limited to the business here in Anguilla, but you've used yourself, and maybe you can sell it to other businesses in Anguilla, but that's not your market. Your market is out there
At the
because,
world.
yes, because there's more people out there than is in Anguilla.
Um, Now that we have a lot of development happening in Anguilla in reference to, um, example, the new terminal,
Hmm.
airport terminal, um, how how applicable, how appropriate is it for that to be opening and you offering this program?
Well, that is another part of it, right? The tourism industry. So the airport is going to allow more people to come to Anguilla because they're going to be able to fly directly. They're going to be able to fly from Baltimore BWI directly to Anguilla now for the first time.
Yes.
Amazing, right? So that is that means we'll be able to get more people into Anguilla as a tourism. Now, how does this go along with tourism? It goes along perfectly fine. In other words, we want to, since we are the AI capital of the world and we own that domain space, which is anybody look it up. We get money. We have the dollars to prove it. We love the dollars too. Now, our AI applications, we can use Anguilla as a launching pad. Like if you look at the environment behind me, Lloyd, which is
Yes.
some of the, this is what Anguilla is. Anguilla provides. So what a better place to come and launch a business from than from Anguilla. And oh wow. So that is what it is. And so I myself am taking advantage of that beautiful thing. So you could find people who develop their apps in other countries around the world coming to Anguilla just to launch your app. And Lloyd will be right here, ready to.
Ready to carry it live. Yes.
So Lloyd, that is an example of how they be able to find a flight to Anguilla. They come in 2 days, they enjoy a little of the scenery, they're back in their country. But that's a tourism.
Yeah, tell us more in reference to how your company can help Anguillians, young Anguillians.
Well, definitely, that is my game. I mean, I went to school here, Lloyd. I went to Road Primary School, by the way. For people not in Blown Point, Lloyd, you went to primary school. I went to Valley Secondary School. It was called, no, that being a Lakeland
Yes,
school.
same here.
Lloyd, I also went to University of the West Indies in Barbados and in Trinidad.
I
And
went
that
to
scholarship
Jamaica.
was provided for me by the government of Angola.
Right.
So,
So you come back to give
so
back.
Lloyd, I owe a lot to the people here in Anguilla, to the government, and I am Anguillan. So I want to give back as much as I can. And if there's any people I want to succeed in this AI business, it's Anguillan. So we love to build this ecosystem, Lloyd. I love for maybe next year when I come back, Lloyd, that we have 5 or 10 AI apps that are working in Anguilla and they're launching. And you've done a few of them, and then we're going to be talking about that. So for the next 5, 10 years, that's what we'll be doing.
Um, any ideas for the young ones in terms of a IA app that they can try to start up?
Well, yes.
Is it just have to come from within? I want to do this, and I'm gonna work it.
Well, Lloyd,
What are some of the most
uh,
demand apps that can be improved that you think of?
yes. And Lloyd, this is part when they go and apply for the scholarship. This is a question I'm asking them.
Okay.
They have to think about it. They have to read up about AI and think about it. So I don't want to give them the answer. But here's Lloyd. Here I'm going to give you 2 examples that for instance, I've taken this course myself in the last month and passed the certification, by the way. So there are 2 examples in that course structure that I came across, and I said, wow, 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 these could work in Anguilla, and anybody doing these in Anguilla could sell it worldwide and make a lot of money. The first one, Lloyd, I don't know which one is more exciting, but I like the fishing one, the auto
Oh,
drone.
was telling me about that. I'm still fascinated.
Yes,
So share it with all
share it
of
with the
us.
audience. You know, we all heard about the sea baby in Ukraine that can carry 1,000-pound bomb 1,000 miles across the ocean
And land on your Russian
and
ships.
land on the yes, some Russian ship. Matter of fact, they've even shot down helicopters. So I'm thinking of a sea baby drone, like drone, that can lift a fish pot from the from maybe 20, 30 feet below in the water below where we fish, wind it up and bring up the pot, tilt it over, empty it out, let the fish come out into the drone, put in the bait these are things the fishermen normally do, right? They put in the bait and then they close back the fish trap and then they launch the pot back again, let it wind down, and then they go to the next pot. A pot like that maybe would pull. We call it pull when you pull a pot.
Yeah, we pull apart.
We pull a pot.
Yeah.
We could pull maybe 20 or 30 pots on one tank of fuel, and then head back with a boatload of fish. And the fisherman is still at home or he's on the shore in his little boat. You know.
I'll, I want you to come back on that, right? But
Yes.
when I am also a photographer, and we did film photography back in the day, and when this digital era came in, I was one of those who was very slow to move, and folks would encourage me, "Why don't you go digital? Why don't you go digital?" And I was resisting, but when I went digital, I was like, "What? Why didn't I do this before?"
Before
And it's the same thing that you can apply for fishermen,
fishermen.
because of our tradition of fishing the old time way. Um, the evolution of fishing. Remember, first they had rowboats,
Right.
then they had sailboats,
Sailboats.
then they had engine boats with papa 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 the engine like a seagull,
Yeah.
papa papa papa
One. Yeah.
papa. But you went out, then you began to get Evan Rood and the Johnsons and those start to come in, and fishing now was quicker and easier. But I'm seeing now you're telling them to evolve again into drones, which would make it easier and safer for the fishermen.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely. Look, this is going to be available. Somebody somewhere in the world is going to think of it. I'm just, we are just at the opportune, we are just at the cusp of this. So we have the advantage of being the first movers, like, to be developing these things. The reason why we are aware of even this AI industry is because we're receiving this bunch of money. All of a sudden, where's this money coming from? But that's coming from the applications that people are looking to build. So we're just trying to get in and get some ourselves. And we want some of that money from the application sale to come to Anguilla. We don't want it all go to the US. I mean, I love the US. I live there. I love the US. But I love Anguilla too. And I want some of that money here in Anguilla. We don't need 1.3 billion, trillion. I'm sorry, that's too much money for Anguilla, honestly.
At this time.
No, yeah, we can't handle that. We can handle a bit, 1.3 billion, a 1.3 million. That'd be a good start.
Um, so you said that this is a 8-week program. How will you be working with the students?
Yes, my role in this is every Saturday, and every class has a set time. This class, every week every Saturday at 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., 2 hours. I'll be meeting personally with these students, and also I have a number of my children are into AI as well, and they're my sons. They're all into IT. I'll be bringing on people like that. I have a number of people around me who will be assisting these students during that 2 hour period. You get your questions answered. So you go through your routine learning during the week by yourself. You're watching the videos I talk about. You're also just testing software. You're going to be using that to evaluate yourself every day, just the routines.
So it's technical coding. Is that
No,
the
there's
term?
no coding.
Okay.
It's just information, really. What is AI? What's the type of service in AWS? How do you do this? How do you do that? But you're going to become a foundational level person that understands the rudimentary basics of AI. And by the time you finish this course, and of doing AI, of building an app in AWS. So it's very practical too. Also, there are some You can log into the AWS console itself and actually build some of these things yourself. There are labs, so it's a hands-on. So we're using all the methods of learning that we know about, feel, touch, smell, whatever, uh, to enhance your learning quickly. Because it's a very fast course, very fast. It's very difficult, very challenging. So once a week, I'll be meeting with those students, and I will be answering their questions. I'll be encouraging them. Um, you
You're their
know,
mentor.
I'll be their mentor for 8 weeks. So that's um, that's pretty much how the course will be, um, managed. It's on week to week. Every week we have a set of things you do, and then we evaluate you at the end, and we kind of get
Yeah,
you through.
and you said that it's a free course for students leaving high school, fifth form, and up, and it's in collaboration with the Department of
Yes,
Education.
yes. So we're working with the government here in Anguilla, and in particular with the education department, to get young Anguillans, and especially people that are enrolled in pre high school activities. We're here with the Innovative Center with Bren Romney. So we are working to find those people, but we're also looking for people outside of Anguilla who are of Anguillan heritage. So you have to, if you live outside of Anguilla, or you have children that can qualify for this, and you're an Anguillan, then they can qualify too. We're not excluding you, but you have to prove that this is Anguillan. So we'll talk about also but if you don't want, if you don't qualify for the scholarship, you can actually just you can buy the course yourself. You can buy the course yourself, and if you're of Anguillan, you can just type in the code Anguilla in all caps, and you can get the course, and you'll be joining the students as part of that in that 8 week session, and you will get a discount. The discount is 25%. And Lloyd, before I go for the, there is a link that I'm going to give out to get to the course. Is Cislabs, Cislabs.ai /scholarships.
Repeat that again.
Cislabs is Cislabs dot AI. Then a forward slash, it's important, forward slash scholarships. That's
And
how
that's
it's
it.
spelled. Yeah, and then you see an introduction. Then the last page is an application.
And that's for students from fifth form up.
Basically, we're looking at anybody who's graduated.
Oh,
So one of the requirements is, have you graduated from high school?
there was a comment here saying that it should be taken to schools, especially in fourth, fifth, and sixth forms, and see the impact. Government should ensure this is done along with civil society.
Yes. So there's a role for government, Lloyd, and I think they're doing that. That's why I'm working in collaboration with the education department. However, I'm a private businessman, and we we are operating as a private business in the United States. So um, if a government wants us to collaborate to a school program, we can do that. But we're not here to replace the government. We are here to promote our own business and also other entrepreneurs in Anguilla and people outside of school who want to be part of this AI. We're not trying to, we're not the world. We're not trying to be the government.
Yes, that's just in reference to this workshop, the course. Um, you made mention that persons out of that thing can apply and they can get a 25% based on when they apply and go to the code. Um, what about if someone overseas sees this and they want to be a part of it?
Okay, if someone overseas sees this, they probably will see that I'm offering the Anguilla coupon. It's a coupon. When you go to purchase a course, you select the course, and then it'll say enter the coupon, and it's all caps Anguilla. If you enter it, I won't discriminate. I would say you're connected to Anguilla because you're watching Lloyd. Okay, so for you people who are not Anguillans, you're watching this, enter the code, you can still get the discount because you're somehow connected to Anguilla. Okay. And we want to bring you people in because you probably visited Anguilla before and you're somehow connected. Also, you'll get that discount. Now, for people who don't know about that, they have to pay the full price. The full price is $495.
Right. Um, just going back again, tell us what is Cisco, how it was formed, and what does it do?
Yes. So Cislabs was formed.
Cislabs.
No,
Okay.
Cisco is important because Cislabs was formed in 2000, in the year 2000. We were, the name came from Cislabs came from Cisco Labs. We were formed primarily to do Cisco Labs, and we were on-premise company in Hyattsville, Maryland. So at that time, we had classrooms and we did Cisco training. That was our primary product. But over the years since that, we've moved into other things. We moved into Windows, we moved to Linux, we moved to Kubernetes, we moved into VMware, into a lot of different things. So all computer-related training. Then we recently now moved into AWS training. AWS is Amazon Web Services. And so this is where the interconnection of the cloud with Amazon Web Services and AI. So now we're putting those two things together, the Amazon Web Services cloud in AI in the cloud. And that's where the connection is right now. So now we basically primarily do Amazon Web Services courses, other courses besides the AI. You go to the site. If you want to do those, the coupon will work, by the way, in those classes too, just to say, so you get that 25% discount. But here we're talking about the AI course. So um, that's where Sys Labs came about. We started as a on premises in Hyattsville. We had classrooms. We migrated to online. At that time, it was Cislabs.com. We migrated online, and over the years, we've done many different types of training. We don't even do Cisco training anymore. Now we do. Now we're into AI. We are now made the move ourselves. When I heard about that 1.3 trillion,
Trillion.
Lloyd, I jumped and I said, no. When I bought the .ai domain name, and I found all my businesses to
I
the
have a
.ai.
.ai too.
Lloyd,
Lloyd's Live.
Lloyd, you're going to be part of that 1.3 trillion. I'm telling you, it's big, it's huge, it's coming, and we are right in the best position to take advantage of that. And this course is like the foundational level that you need to get into there. So even if you don't take the course yourself, when one of those students graduate and they are certified, you can work with them and we can work together to see what apps we can work on here in Anguilla and then use your services to push it across the world to sell it.
Right. Well, I always try to collab with the up and coming because people have been there for me, and I use my platform as much as possible to promote the up and coming as much as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's with us too. You see how we've gone from Cisco to Windows to VMware to a lot of different things. We've always stayed on the cusp of what's selling, what's hot. The money is always in what's hot. If you're trying to sell the old stuff to people, there are a lot of people certified. If you wait 5 years from now, AI, you say, oh, I'm doing AI, I'm going to be certified in AI. There may be a lot of people already certified. If you can say, I want to build an application, I'm going to wait 5 years from now. Then all those people buying the domain name will already build their AI applications. So the field will get crowded. So right now we're in a good position right here in Anguilla. Can't be in a better place. This is it. Let's make the move. Let's get people certified and let's start building those AI apps here in Anguilla, and let's get a little bit of that money.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you. But for folks who in school and thinking about the AI way of life, what some of the subjects you think you would suggest that they focus on more?
Yeah, I think people in the STEM areas are going to do better science. Like anybody who does math, physics, chemistry, those type of things are kind of will qualify you better for doing this type of course. It's not, you don't have to be a programmer or anything like that, but it helps if you can, with that type of background, it helps. Now, if you're an English major, what can you do? Well, you can still do it. You can do it. You
Be
just
a
have
bit
to,
tougher.
you may have to work a little bit harder. So don't get discouraged. Just if you want to, just apply for scholarship. If you get a scholarship, great. You're in. If you don't get a scholarship, just get in with the coupon. It's just $370, and you're in. Same way, you're in the same class, and then you get going. But primarily the best, if you're going to start from scratch. If I'm going to start from scratch, the STEM area would be the best area. And
Mm.
if the more you're doing computer science and computer labs would be helpful.
You said 10 scholarships
Yes.
available. Is there a limit to how many other persons who want to apply in terms of for this course itself?
No, absolutely. Because, Lloyd, we are an AI school or learning management system. We can manage thousands of students with that. So there may be 20, 30, 40 people in our class. We don't know as yet how many. But it doesn't matter because the only real thing that you do with all of the students in the class together is that once a week activity with me on Zoom. And our Zoom can handle up to 100,000, up to 1,000, up to 1,000. I think that's a limitation right now.
Right.
But we're good. I mean, if we need to expand it, we can expand it. But we don't need to expand it right now. We haven't got there yet.
Yes. Is there anything else that you want to impart to encourage the students to take advantage, or even not just the students, but to anyone who want to take advantage of this offer?
Yes, I definitely, yes. I mean, it's like if you knew what I knew, what I know, you would be jumping all over this. And if you're a young person now, 18 years, regardless of, and you graduate from high school, even if you haven't graduated from high school, by the way, go ahead and apply, and we'll evaluate it whether we can take a chance. But we're looking for high school graduates. Look, this AI is going to be there with. So far, it's been going without us. Honestly, we're just getting the money, but we're not doing anything much in AI. But we have the ability to call ourselves the home of the AI and the capital of AI. So AI is going to bypass us. It's going to, just like everything. A lot of things have bypassed us in the past. But here now we're in the right position at the right time to take advantage of this. So I encourage so it's going to happen whether we do it or not,
Mhm.
and whether you're in it or not. So I encourage everybody who's listening to me, look into it seriously and look at that $1.3 trillion that
You
that's
could be a
going to
part of.
be, and you can be part of that, your children. Maybe you got children. Yesterday I talked to a lady in South Valley after I finished the Hammer show, and she said, Secret, I want my son to do that. I got him. I called him. He's coming here to meet you right now. And he met me, and I was impressed with this guy. He's doing some, he's not doing artificial intelligence, but he's doing some, so I guess it's robotics type of thing already. And I'm like, hey, you are people you're looking for. He's 23 years. He's smart. I said, look, apply, apply, apply. And when you apply, just put a note in there that your mother called you. I'll know who you are. Because I mean, these are the people I'm looking for.
Yes.
Honestly, this is a fine young man. I said, hey, because this is a person who I believe can take the course, pass the course, and come back to Anguilla because he's living in Anguilla and stay in Anguilla. You don't have to go anywhere to take the course.
Right.
To stay in Anguilla and be part of this AI industry.
Before we go, what type of backup support will these students have after the 8 weeks?
Yeah, after the 8 weeks, we can still be in contact with them. I'll still be in contact. Some of them may want to take additional courses in AI that we offer. So hopefully we have that type of system. But also I'll be in contact with the education department here, with Bren Romney and Wanika and so forth. And we'll be following up with them, saying, hey, how are you doing? Have you found something in Anguilla? There may be something you can find outside of Anguilla, like an internship or that you can do part time or full time. So we'll be looking to help those students get find work so they can stay in the AI business. They just not get a certificate.
Hmm.
I pretty much guarantee if they're in the US that they will find work. But here in Anguilla, we don't have the AI industry as yet. But that's why I'm appealing to people like you, Lloyd, and to business people and entrepreneurs to see the value of this in their own business, the security business in Anguilla. We can solve the problem with the security. Private business, now I'm not talking about the government, I'm talking about private industry can do it. We can solve the problem. We can increase our operations in fishing. We can become a fishing capital, with our drones. And we
Hmm.
can have people coming here to learn about drones and to buy drones and just to learn how to operate them. All of that
Right.
is money coming into us. So there's a whole ecosystem around it. And there are hundreds of other apps which I'm looking forward to hearing from the people who apply. That's part of your application, a 500-word essay on how you think right now you can implement, apply AI in your community, right in Anguilla. How it could be a local village, could be Glen Point, South, whatever. How you think you can apply AI there? Because there are use cases, and you just have to think about it creatively, find it, and some of them will be profitable, some will not be. At some point, we're going to find some that are profitable, and Lloyd, we're going to get you to push it around the world.
Sounds good. Yes, folks, we've been speaking here with Dexter Gums. Um, he is the um, um,
I'm the AI man of Anguilla now.
okay.
Now I've become the AI. I used to be the mighty secret. Now
Yes.
I'm the AI guy.
So, folks, and he's offering 10 scholarships to recently graduated students from the Valley. I'm going to say Valley, from Albina Lake Arch Comprehensive School, and not just limited to that, but you can also apply as an individual. You can use the coupon and you can get a 25% discount where you would be able to learn um, the ins and outs of AI. You'd be able to learn programming
Absolutely.
and create your own apps which would also generate monies for you and your families. So secret last word.
Well, thanks, Lloyd. I want to say thanks to Lloyd, and really, because Lloyd is I've been watching Lloyd for years, and each time I come here, we've done some work in the past,
Yes.
and but so I'm really happy. And then this facilities here, this is one of the best facility. I asked Lloyd to be creative and find us a facility, and Lloyd overnight found this one. So you see that Lloyd himself is a candidate for AI. So, but then how we hopefully we can partner more in the future and do a lot more of these things and launching a lot more applications. I'm here just to launch my own application, but we can encourage other people to come here and launch their own applications.
I hope that I know I said last word that when you come back here, we will be launching a couple of your students' applications.
That's the way to go, Lloyd. That
Yes.
was it, students applications. There you go.
Yes. Folks, with that, again, thanks for viewing, thanks for sharing, thanks for your comments. And with that, we are out.